There are 3 rooms every man thinks he's getting right, but they're the very rooms quietly sabotaging his presence. A lack of taste is not always the case. Somewhere along the way, he was told that neutral means sophisticated, that function is all that matters, that personality belongs in what you wear, not where you live. Your home is your message, and the moment a guest walks in, they already know whether that message is confident or confused. Let's walk through 3 rooms you might be getting wrong, why they're falling short, and give you some suggestions for a better presentation. If you're a returning subscriber, hit the thumbs up. If you're new, hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be a subscriber. Remember that if you would like our help in designing your room, you can have that help by clicking the link in the description below. Wrong doesn't mean ugly. It means unfinished, unbalanced, or unexpressive. A room is wrong when it doesn't communicate who you are or what you value. The fix isn't always new furniture. It's clarity, color direction, lighting intent, and material consistency. When those 3 align, even the most modest of rooms feel powerful. The first is the living room. Men often treat the living room as a functional hangout rather than a statement space. The room becomes a dull parking lot. The sectional, TV, whatever coffee table was on sale, uninteresting vehicles. The reflection of identity and taste have been abandoned. The imbalance comes from over-prioritizing comfort and tech while neglecting composition, scale, lighting, layering, and tone. But how do we find ourselves here? Where was the wrong turn made? It's the space many think needs to work for everyone. When neutrality rather than character becomes the goal, a room will cease to send messages of confidence and individuality. If the messaging of your room is important and you'd like to get back on track, here are 3 things you can consider. The first is to introduce a weight-bearing focal point, a single element that visually grounds the room and acts as an emotional anchor, a piece that suggests thought, permanence, and taste. You might consider a large framed oil painting or vintage map centered above your sofa or fireplace, a sculptural coffee table in dark wood or iron, a leather armchair with the ability to age and patina in an authentic way. Through this, you'll find visual hierarchy. Something in the room now carries authority. When one piece captains this role, the others can march behind it. You now have a company rather than soldiers of no direction. Secondly, layer material contrast. Opposing materials in either tone or texture can build the presence of a masculine room. Polished with raw, warm and cold, hard and soft. This is the taste of tension. Do you have modern furniture? Try adding a Persian or wool rug beneath to blend refinement with comfort. Are there opportunities to pair rich wood and aged brass? A bar tray on top of a buffet, picture frames above a side table, a lamp base resting on an end table. You can also add a single piece containing opposing traits. A textured throw or bolster pillow is traditionally soft in appearance, but get it in a deep masculine tone. Ox blood, navy, charcoal. Now you have an intriguing clash. Thirdly, create an identity zone, a space within the room that feels intentionally curated, a corner, surface, or wall that conveys who you are. This could be a console table displaying things like a record player, books, or a decanter, a gallery wall of works, prints, or photos that connect with you, a reading corner that amplifies its floor lamp and chair through the addition of a small side table with a candle and custom bookmarks. The second room is the bedroom. Bedrooms often have the misfortune of becoming dorm upgrades. It's an almost phenomenal act. They hold this identity through college, first jobs, upward trajectory, and even success. The bedroom doesn't feel public, so it's treated as low priority and strictly functional. You have your bed, nightstand, maybe a TV. What more could there be? The issue becomes a lack of atmosphere, no texture, no sense of retreat. An area to recalibrate doesn't exist. Your sense of rest and composure have been lost. but a few quick gestures can act as reclaimed restoration. The first technique will be to create a center of gravity. Choose the wall behind or opposite the bed. Accent it as dark or textured. If you choose paint, black slate, espresso, dark navy, colors along these lines work just fine. If you choose tactile, grass cloth, linen, or leather wallpapers can create depth. Mounting a large piece over top, whether that be framed art, a mirror, a sculpture, or something hobbyist, will make the wall feel more complete. Bedrooms usually fail because everything is pale and even. A weighted wall shifts the light balance, adds mystery, and makes the bed feel like a directed composition. Your second integration is a personal surface. Personal, not only because it acts as a utility for you, but also in that it reflects you. We'll follow the 3-item strategy: one functional, one decorative, one symbolic. To be clear, functional meaning something you use daily, a watch, lighter, glasses, a book. Decorative being the addition of visual texture and symmetry, a tray, a vase, candle, a small lamp. And symbolic meaning it says something about you, a framed photo, antique object, travel find, or an heirloom piece. The surface is up to you, whether that be a dresser or a nightstand or a bench at the foot of the bed, anything that can showcase your items, reminding you and your guests that someone of taste lives here. Here are a few examples to plant some seeds of ideas. A wood tray holding a watch and cufflinks, paired with a small brass lamp, paired with an old family photo. A stack of hardback books, paired with a bronze sculpture, paired with a vintage compass. A leather notebook and pen, paired with a dark leaf plant, paired with a stone relic from travel. Displays like these communicate ownership while retaining rhythm. Thirdly, try introducing layered, low-level lighting. Rather than relying on one single ceiling light, use several sources of light at different heights to shape the mood. Everything in a room lives in the principle of cause and effect. Light pools create intimacy and shadow depth, yes. What they also do is change the way color, fabric, and artwork appear in tone and contrast. Try implementing a few of these, then tonight, turn off the ceiling light completely. Let these pockets of illumination carry the room's presentation. A pair of matching bedside lamps with warm bulbs, 2700 Kelvin temperature should do. A low glow floor lamp in a corner or by a reading chair. A plug-in wall sconce if you want a quick upgrade without the rewiring. Remember to place these at different levels of height. You'll be amazed at the change of atmosphere. The third room is the office or study. Often one of the most sterile rooms in the home, a desk with no impact, a simple black chair, empty walls. The floor material and paint color are of no consideration. Grandfathered into the room, they simply exist. Why does this repeatedly happen? The nature of the room is meant for productivity. Like racehorses with blinders, we can only see the finish line of our current work task. Chaos, tech clutter, and random decor find their way into the room and freely feed on our inspiration like parasites on a host. But a space meant for deep work should support thinking, visually, atmospherically, and symbolically. The results of your work will be far greater approached in this way. So how do we correct this? Treat the room as a manifestation of intellect. Ground the desk against a backdrop, paneling, artwork, or bookshelves. You're creating the throne in the great hall appearance. Choose a statement chair and lamp that make you want to sit and think. 15 minutes without your mind's capabilities constantly being stolen by electronics. This setup will have you feeling as though you've discovered a superpower. Try integrating warm, directional lighting and a few tactile surfaces. This is a thinking environment, not a room of interrogation. Controlled pools of light put focus and gravity first, on the desk, over artwork, or beside a chair. Aim that light across the surface, not directly downward. It will help sculpt and create rhythm. The tactile trio of power: wood, brass, and leather can transform a room from simple office to personal chamber. When your newly installed pool lighting hits wood grain, brass sheen, and leather texture, you find yourself with a living rather than static environment. Every room you live in says something about your focus, your standards, your sense of calm. When a living room has hierarchy, when a bedroom feels like retreat, and when a study carries gravity, you've built more than a home. You've built proof of discernment. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you feel like sticking around a while, feel free to subscribe. See you on the next one.